What up?
Hey,
Hey,
how are you guys?
not having a seizure, I'll tell you that much.
Yo. For our video watchers, I'm sorry, because Huffy thinks he's PewDiePie or something.
What? Damn.
Dude, where is the intro song, man? You have something?
Yeah.
We should have addressed this before we started.
Oh boy. He just man, he just
Fucking
got up and
bolted.
left the room. I have no idea what to expect.
He's back. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're plugging the headphones back in. Oh, this is
Oh
awesome.
yeah, I remember this.
This is
I'm
sick.
a soul man. I'm a soul man.
Yo.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man.
Yo.
Yeah, let's go.
Guardian Cast episode 4. Yo, let's get a round of applause for this man. I dig it. That's awesome.
I totally forgot we were talking about that during comp that night.
I'm dying, bro.
Oh, yo, did you guys did you get your 5500 then?
I did.
Nice,
I
Eddie. You can stop complaining about it now.
I
That's
know.
sick.
Stop bitching for once for like 10 minutes.
Yo, like quick random announcement about that.
Yeah.
Destiny is such a boring game to me when I'm not doing comp help. So if you have not hit 5,500 this season, my Discord is Huffy, #3382. Please let me carry you.
Nice.
Just send me a message. I'm so bored. Okay, that's all.
I dig it. Speaking of, so that how does matchmaking feel? I haven't played comp in like 2 weeks.
You know, usually it's like like before the patch, it was like so easy and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm playing blueberries all the time," you know. And then they changed it and it apparently got sweatier, you know, but I'm just like so many leagues ahead of everybody that even the sweats feel like noobs.
How about that?
You know, total domination feels the same, you know, however you match it. So
yeah, dude, I definitely don't remember you getting super triggered when we were doing comp at all.
I can't imagine Huffy ever getting triggered.
Nah.
What about freelance though? Is freelance still good even now, or has it changed much or anything?
Freelance feels the same, honestly. The only thing that feels different is like normal.
Oh.
I mean, I felt like freelance was kind of the sweatier option like before.
And you could solo all the way up before to 5,500. So I mean that's okay.
Yeah. It's honestly like it's the queue times are a little longer.
I have heard more complaining. I don't know. Like I don't have any personal experience to validate or invalidate that. So.
It feels almost more like gear-based matchmaking because like before the patch, you would like run into guys that were just like running around with
I heard you say this, yeah.
And whatever. And now it's like I'm matching people that are equally as bad.
Yeah.
But they're all wearing like one-eyed mask and like hand cannons.
Okay.
Like it's not harder. They're just using different shit.
Well, this is what I was thinking about is like if people are complaining that it's harder, it's like if some people are winning or if some people are losing and complaining about it, that means some people are winning. So it's like which group of people are the ones complaining right now? You know what I mean? Like
yeah, right?
So, 'cause like if it was easy, quote unquote, before and now it's sweatier, then that means like for some people that somehow it's gotten easier with the changes. Like they're winning more than they were before, which is like okay, interesting.
I can say from my experience this past week, I'm winning more matches than I'm losing.
Okay,
and that's been both freelance and regular. And I went from like 400 to 2,400 in a night. So
you're fucking insane, Daniel. Like what the hell?
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems easier this season after the patch than it was before.
Sweet. All right, what do you guys want to start with? Should we start with the whole lore troll thing, or
we should talk about the light week? We should talk about the light.
Okay. The power.
The power.
Yeah.
Why do we believe? Why do we believe bullshit fucking lore? Just I don't know.
I thought you were like a lore enthusiast.
I am
Yeah,
a lore
you're shutting this
enthusiast,
down so
but
hard,
no
brother.
one fucking believed. I mean, we all wanted to believe, right? But no one believed that it was legit gonna be something at that 999.
I just like how like everybody in the lore community was saying nothing's gonna happen. Like
Right.
Bifrost even say Savathun lies, and then
Nothing was gonna happen because Bungie just was not gonna put the effort into it. If we're being real.
Yeah. The reason
it was
was like
controlled by
they're not going to
Savathun.
develop anything.
Yeah.
That has like the lore comes after.
We
Uh-oh.
lost Huffy.
We lost Huffy mid-sentence.
Pimply guys in the development station, like which race do they go to?
Yeah.
And the lore guy's like, make him green. He's a hive. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
they ship it.
You cut out in there, but we're just gonna leave that
Yeah,
how it
We're
was.
gonna go with it, dude.
That, like you like froze for like a good like 3 seconds. You're like
It came back to pimply guys.
Yes, dude.
But yeah, I mean, like, so for anybody who doesn't know, there was like this lore entry that said that the first Guardian to reach power level 999 and defeat Dolan Karu, the last boss of the Shattered Throne, solo, would unlock the true ending of the Dreaming City. So the first Guardian reached it, and it was somebody named Bagel that no one's ever heard of. And the funny part of the story was, after he hit it and won the contest where everyone's been racing for this, he said, "I've never done Shattered Throne before. Glad, will you take my account and go run through this?" And Glad was like, "No, I'll help you though. Like, I'll coach you through it," which was super nice of him.
That's not actually what happened.
Okay.
Glad was like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'll do it," and then his chat was like, "No, let the guy do
Okay.
it." Yeah.
I wasn't in there. This is just like
Yeah.
how I saw this unfold on Twitter as it was happening. But so like 20,000 people watched this random guy solo through it, and they helped him out. But it's funny, the first Guardian who made it there has never done Shattered Throne before. Like, wonder
Playing
like
the game and getting the experience and then actually experiencing the game are two different things.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm not saying it's like skill based to level up or anything like that. It's just funny that like he was able to dedicate that much time, and I guess maybe he just didn't expect to be the first person. You know, it just happened.
I would say
there was
that
another guy
drinking
ahead of
that
him.
much energy drinks is definitely a skill.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
Yeah, dude, sitting in a lost sector for a month and not killing yourself, that's definitely a skill. So,
Yeah,
That's
it's definitely.
fucking tenacity.
At least it was
dude.
some moon ones.
yeah.
You know, at least it was some moon ones.
Mhm.
Can you imagine like being on the EDZ?
Oh, God.
Or the one that you farm for that you used to farm for tokens on Titan, the one with the ogre where you just like run straight in and then the reset point is like on the stairs.
Oh, that reminds me of faction rallies, dude. You remember when you used to run in and like shoot one thing and then run back out? Up,
Dude.
shoot the explosive, up, run back out. Oh my god, for like the whole week. That
Yeah,
was
fucking
rough.
obnoxious.
Bring back faction rallies, Bungie.
But not in the state that it was in.
Yo,
Oh,
honestly, I
God.
miss shooting those and then running out of this lost
No, you
sector. I'm
don't.
fucking down,
No, you
dude.
don't.
Yeah.
Don't say that. You're
I
full
do
of
miss
shit.
talking to
No.
Triple Wreck in game all the time.
That maybe.
Oh yeah, because there was only like 4 people playing the game, so you just matched them all the time.
No, I mean specifically talking to. Here, continue your conversation.
Okay.
He's pulling.
And I'll pull up the picture.
So anyway, just to wrap this story up, this Guardian soloed through it for 20,000 people, and then obviously nothing happened because that's typical Bungie, you know, set up everyone's expectations and then let them down.
To be fair, it was from Savathun's book and Savathun Lies. Like,
Yeah.
it was a huge debate to begin with.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a very
legit.
specific thing. Like, everyone's been everyone has been talking about this for like a year since Shattered Throne came out. Bungie knew this was coming. They could have made it something cool, a cool moment, and they just...
Why would they? They did make it a cool moment because it was from
They didn't do
Savathun's
anything.
mouth.
No.
It
I'm
was
not giving them
bullshit.
any credit for this. The community is the only one
They
who
could
made
have
this a
straight
cool
up come out and
moment.
said, "Yeah, nothing's gonna happen." You know what I mean? But no, I don't agree with. I don't agree.
Look,
with it.
even if they wanted to make it a trolly thing, they could have like started a cutscene and then just like like debated everyone that way and been like, oh look, like this is a funny like a funny cutscene that plays out and shows that Savathun was lying to you. Oh yeah, Triple Wreck, the new monarchy. Yeah, that's what you meant. Also, that guy's voice, which we haven't heard in years, is the dad from Dexter, the show Dexter, the serial killer. That's all I could ever think of when that guy would talk. It's like Dexter's like dead dad talking to him. Go kill that.
My God.
I guess you've never seen the show, right? It's about a serial killer vigilante that kills other serial killers.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's an interesting show.
Yeah. Yeah, not Batman. Definitely not Batman. It's nothing like Batman. I can promise you that.
I don't know, man. Seems pretty Batman to me.
I can't. I can't stop looking. You know, I have your stream pulled up over here, and you know the whole mixer thing. Like it consistently shows like in red 18+ stream. And I'm just like waiting on you to like you know like start ripping off your hoodie.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That's only once the OnlyFans subscriptions start rolling in, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardian Cast OnlyFans. Look for it soon.
Speaking of which, guys, I mean, we announced this last week, but this is the first week we're officially on Mixer. Eddie's also continuing to stream this on Twitch, and then in the future, Huffy will be streaming it as well. So we have a wide variety of audiences incorporated here. Definitely come see us live.
You know,
wherever you want.
Yeah, come see us live all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be at your local strip club anytime now. Yeah.
We're also
YouTube,
the only Destiny podcast on Mixer, and you missed this part, Huffy. I started in the podcast directory, and what we found out was we were the only podcast on Mixer. So we're in the Destiny directory now.
That's so good, dude. I love everything about that.
Right? Fucking awesome. So yeah, that was the whole thing about the level 999 Guardian. And yeah.
Yeah, you know, he got they sent this like bullshit press release on their site or whatever, like in the news section. And honestly, it was like the cringiest thing that I've ever read, because they could have just like congratulated the guy, but they tried to like BS some lore in there. Mm-hmm. And so there's like all these weird brackets in the middle of the congratulations. They're like, a few among you have been hard on the grind, looking to reach heights and power that some may only dream of achieving. I am Savathun, ravenous. Last night, Bagel 4K was the first to reach power level 999. I have set the snare and baited the trap. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I cared. I was excited to read that, so fuck me, I guess.
Oh my god.
I liked it too, Eddie.
Dude, it doesn't mean anything.
Dude, also when I read that, I just thought
okay.
When I read that, I just thought, okay, so Bungie's like, oh man, we really should have done something for this. Why don't you just throw together another lore entry to follow up the lore entry?
Yeah, and then there's this thing at the bottom, which is all these numbers together, but it's literally just like, you know, like when you hold the Alt key and then you press 3 numbers on the numpad, and some like weird shit comes out.
Yeah,
that's literally just what that is.
Yeah,
they just like held down the
behind
Alt
all
key.
of it, though.
Huh?
There's a message behind all of it.
What's it say?
Yeah, I can see that, but it's like also I am Savathun, thrilled, delighted, expectant, 04. Wow, emotions. Let me look
04 is for damage, right? Damage 04.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
It's playing into Savathun's. You know, if you guys don't want to fucking deal with, fine.
You were the one who opened this conversation by saying that you didn't give a shit, and now,
and now that we get to the dumb part, he's like, "Bravo, Bungie!
A shit about lore.
Well done."
You guys not giving a shit about anything. So you know what? Fine. I've been baited into it. It's fine.
Dude, like a week ago, everyone was talking about some Bife video. And like I was like, what is this that everybody's talking about? Let me look at it. It was like 4 hours long. I was like, okay, never mind. Don't care that much. That's a lot.
Okay.
Huffy has gotten up to get his Chinese, guys. So Everyone sit at the table and be ready. Get your chopsticks ready.
He's not gonna give us
chopsticks.
anything. It's bullshit.
Yeah, he doesn't share.
Mm-mm.
What an asshole, right?
This is why I don't talk about lore with you guys. You guys just dismiss it, and it's dumb, and you don't understand it, and you don't take the time to try to understand it. And
Eddie,
it
you can talk
triggers
to
me,
this lore about
and it
me.
makes me mad, and I'm so upset.
I love the lore. Like, I watch a lot of Bison Mylan's videos whenever they come out, and I wish there was been something in game, but I do like the fact they actually did acknowledge it in a lore entry and at least saying his name on the Bungie site.
Mm.
I do agree that I wish more of the story and the lore was in the game. I agree with that. But the way that it is there, and I still take the time to read it. I still take the time and to enjoy it, and I still take the time to immerse myself in it, to give me a reason to keep playing this game and have a reason we're killing the hive and this, that,
That
and
is the
other.
reason you keep
Yeah.
playing this game?
I enjoy the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good
I
reason.
want to
keep
know where
playing
this
the game.
story is going. I want to, like, I'm immersed in this.
All right. Well, hold that thought for a second. I wanted to. We did a cold open, so we didn't really get to do this in the traditional way. But we have a guest this week. His name is CaptDanielsan. We didn't even get to introduce him because we just got right into the jokes. But how are you doing today, Daniel?
I'm doing well. Took the day off of work for this, and
Nice.
For this?
it's a good Friday. Oh no,
It's a
not just
waste
this.
of time, dude.
Well, it's like the middle of the day, so and working in the distillery, I don't really have to be there on a Friday. I have amazing staff that covers it.
Nice.
Fucking
Get
bragging
the
about it,
worker
dude.
bees to handle
Whatever.
everything. So tell us about yourself. You stream Destiny, right? And
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
I've been playing Destiny since the Dark Below expansion. It was the first game I bought on Xbox One whenever I
Nice.
bought it.
Mhm.
I always had a passion for streaming even then. I was like, yeah, that actually looks really fun, but just never had the hardware. Finally got everything together last year and started streaming on Twitch October 14th-ish, and I mainly just play Destiny now. I tried starting off a variety streamers, like, yeah, I'll try to play other games, and never worked
October
out.
last
Destiny.
year, you're saying, right?
Yeah, October of last year.
Yeah.
And then I just made the switch over same day as Recked to Mixer.
We're on the
And,
same stream team on Mixer. Big yikes,
big
by the way.
yikes. It's a fun little community. I really like Mixer so far.
Abandoners.
We still love you, Eddie.
Mhm.
Absolutely, man.
I get it.
Yeah, I've
Absolutely.
been playing FPS games most of my teenager years and stuff. Started out in Halo, so that's where I get my
Oh.
background in that.
So you're excited for the Halo release as well? Then?
Oh yeah. That's definitely a game I'm pre-ordering and going to be sinking a ton of time into the PvP and doing all the legendary stuff I can.
Nice.
What's a PvP?
Okay, this
Um,
guy.
I don't have a.
I'll show you
funny
my
joke.
PvP.
I was
Oh,
trying
come
to,
on!
dude. I was trying to come up with some other abbreviation for that, but
Penis versus penis.
yeah,
It's like a
but
sword
that
fight.
was too
Dude.
easy. That's like
So?
low hanging fruit, you know.
Those are my kind of
Well,
jokes.
It depends on how well endowed you are. It could be high hanging, or
Yeah,
not really
Nice.
hanging at all.
it'd be
It's
like
not really
shriveled
hanging
up
at all.
fruit, like a prune, you know.
Oh.
All right, like a baby
Like a
carrot.
dingleberry.
Yeah.
Ouch. Wow, that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad.
You've got Dingle on the mind today, dude. That's like
He's
the
just
second
into
Dingle
dingles today, dude.
reference.
You know? Well, Eddie said it.
I didn't say it. You
Huh?
said it.
thought you said it.
You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it.
Just blame,
Oh,
just
I'm
blame
just
Eddie.
hearing every two syllable word that starts with D as dingle.
You just what happened is you channeled me for that joke, and I'm kind of mad about it.
I channeled you.
Yeah, dude.
Is that was what you were thinking? You were just too scared
Maybe
to say it.
I don't know.
Dark
unlocked
Mist
it, you know?
put pelicans versus pineapples in chat. I have no idea what the context is on that.
I
Explain.
have no idea.
Open that up to the discussion here, because I don't know what's happening anymore. Pelicans versus. Okay, what does that have to do? I could get the pineapples,
This
maybe.
fucking episode is a mess.
No, I think it's great, dude. Oh, for PvP. Oh.
Oh my no, right? I thought you were kidding.
Oh man.
I
Rest in
on, bro.
pepperonis.
It was beautiful.
All right, so this has been Guardian Cast, guys.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
All right, so let's talk about hand cannons for a minute.
Sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, let's do it.
We didn't get
So
into
we've
this.
had what, 2 weeks to deal with the changes so far?
Well, no, I mean the changes happened when Shadowkeep launched. We just know how they work now a little bit
Oh,
better.
that's right. Yeah.
So there was a video that came out. Cool guy. I'll go ahead and just give him credit if you want to check him out on YouTube. He did an analysis of hand cannon range and how it works now. So what we know is if you look at the range bar, the minimum range that a hand cannon can fall into to the maximum range means that the optimal distance before you start experiencing range fall off falls between 25 and 28 meters. That means that even though you see like a big difference in the range bar stat, that if you boost it all the way to max, you can only boost out your effective range by 3 meters in total by speccing into that stat.
3 meters more than you already have, or
Correct.
3
So like
meters
a
in
base
general?
hand cannon, the worst possible hand cannon you could have will
Mhm.
start having the damage fall off at 25 meters no matter what. And then if you have that bar maxed out for whatever the max value is for a hand cannon, I can't remember off the top of my head the numbers, but then 28 meters is where it'll start falling off. So you only get an additional 3 meters for all of that range
Gotcha.
on the bar.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal, especially on mouse and keyboard, where the only thing that's affected is like the range and not like stickiness.
Well,
Yeah.
there's more than that though. I don't know how I don't think this change necessarily affects accuracy at longer ranges, but the range stat itself does affect the cone that the bullet can fall into. So
Yeah.
there's no way to easily test that. I don't know if there has
Well-
been a change since Shadowkeep with that at all.
Yeah. It also does affect it really does affect we're only talking about hand cannon optimal
Yes.
like damage range.
Here's
The range stat on your hand cannon will help your hand cannon hit
Yes.
at further ranges.
right.
And more consistently at those further ranges, but we're talking about ranges
Yes.
where you're doing like 17 damage.
So here's the one the only, like I don't necessarily have a problem with range fall off starting there. I think the more aggressive curve on the fall off is the bigger deal because it becomes very hard to gauge what is an effective range since after being 1 meter outside of optimal range, your numbers fall so abysmally that you will go from a 3-tap kill to a 7-tap kill in 1 meter. So all of a sudden you're like trying to gauge that distance on your screen, and if they're slightly out of range, then you just fucked up by even shooting at them. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's good. Like I think that part needs to be refined a little bit, but
I'm not saying it's perfect,
yeah.
but overall, and I'm a hand cannon main. I play hand cannon shoddy. Like that's just what I use all the time. This is like surely a nerf to hand cannons. But I think the game in general is playing so much better since the changes. Not in the fact that like these other weapons are getting their spot in the limelight or glory or whatever. Just in the sense that it's causing people to have to position in a way that is like much healthier and much more fun for general PvP. We were really in kind of this toxic place, especially with like ricochet round 150s, where you could be like on the other side of the map, you know, like spare rationing someone down without having to like expose yourself. And you know, I loved the feeling of D1, where hand cannons were really the weapon where you pushed up and you took soft cover instead of hard cover, and you had to play fast and like choose your angles a lot more wisely. And just like the amount of safety that hand cannons having that much range in Destiny 2 allowed, made the Destiny 2 Crucible experience feel slower and less rewarding. And like the people that you were fighting with hand cannons weren't really having to sacrifice anything for that power. And so I'm really enjoying like the speed that Crucible is playing right now.
I think that I just want to point out though that one of the big drawbacks is the bad maps, like the really big maps, have become even worse than they were before. Like I really hated Equinox before. If you're not using a scout rifle on Equinox now, you are fucking up.
Or
Like
the
seriously,
rapid fire pulse rifles. Those things
that'll work too because that'll push out to an effective range. But if you're using a hand cannon, you pretty much have to run to the middle every time and just sit there and wait. Like that's all you can do because those long lanes, you just can't challenge anything. Like even if you snipe somebody in the body, it'll still take 3 more shots to kill somebody after that.
I've used hand cannons pretty much ever since I swapped over to PC earlier this year, and I love hand cannons. And I agree with Huffy on it forces me to play a little differently because before I could just sit back with Rose and dink away at people. Now I have to actually push up. But like maps like Equinox, I'll just throw on Mida and just go to town.
Ironically, Rose is probably in a better spot in the sandbox because of these changes, Cap. So I want to make a recommendation to everybody. If you are looking for a hand cannon roll and you don't get necessarily all range perks, you're okay. You don't need to invest all into range anymore. What I would recommend is if you're on controller, you aim at least one of those like 3 big perks that you can get towards stability. If you're on mouse and keyboard, go into handling because stability still isn't worth it, probably, in my opinion.
So, as far as mouse and keyboard.
Now, why Rose is so good on mouse and keyboard right now, in comparison to a lot of the hand cannons, is one of the highest handling 150s out there. So.
And honestly, really like this feels so healthy for hand cannons in general because of all these perks that we've never gotten to use. Ever since like year 3 D1. Every single hand cannon roll, no matter what you get snapshot, and you look at it and you're like, trash. You get rampage.
I actually
like, trash.
love snapshot on hand cannon, surprisingly. It's underrated in my opinion.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's an underrated perk. Yeah. But like up until now, it's been like a perk that you didn't want because it took the place of rangefinder.
Well, not on Austringer. On Austringer, you would have to. I mean, it's like that or like Outlaw or something. So. But I think that the 3 meters that we're talking about is probably a little bit too small of a gap. Like they could probably push that to like 25 to 30 meters. At least make it like 5 meters. Whoa.
Oh. I thought you meant 30 meters of a difference between minimum.
No, so just for reference, before the changes, guys, you could push hand cannon range all the way up to 38 meters. So we've lost 10 meters. Like I think that there's probably a safe middle ground in there somewhere, and they need to push the bar back a little bit, just to make it a little bit more meaningful to invest into that stat. Also, there is some weird things happening. Like if you get the rangefinder perk, you can operate outside of those optimal ranges. I don't know if that's intended or not, but yeah, you can get up to 31 meters, I believe, if you have either Eye of the Storm or rangefinder with a max range hand cannon. So
interesting.
There you go. Panic's saying it was 36 meters, so if we ended up in the 30 to 32 range, it would be a good middle ground. I'd have to test it to see where those engagements actually fall, but I probably agree.
I don't know. I'm happy with where it sits right now. As far as like where fall off begins.
Yeah.
I know it would take a total rework of the range stat, but like fuck it, the game needs stuff like that. I think it would be interesting to see the range stat affect the severity of the fall off.
Yes. Yeah. Because I don't know if you like watched the whole video, but like one of the parts that really kind of set me off is when he showed that 1 meter outside of optimal range, the 7 tap. That seemed like a reasonable hand cannon range in the first place to me. So the fact that it took 7 shots to the head to kill somebody was really kind of frustrating, in my opinion.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, this the one unfortunate change. I'm a big fan of the change in general. The thing that probably pisses me off the most is the neutering of 140s. Yes. 150s are just king now, and It's really, really, really hard to justify using a 140 for that extra meter, you know?
Another thing that
Sometimes.
and like I still don't like this, but the Not Forgotten and the Luna's Howl, really, because of how Magnificent Howl works. It buffs the range stat on the Magnificent Howl bullet and allows those specific hand cannons to push their natural engagement ranges way out. And it's bugged and doing more damage than it should be, so that's kind of a mess too. It still doesn't feel good to me though, so I don't know.
I feel like I've gotten some weird 2-taps with the Not Forgotten lately.
Yeah.
There's also a glitch now that is allowing the Not Forgotten under certain circumstances to fire at 180.
Really?
Yeah, it's...
Well,
how do we do that?
Here's another thing, and I don't know if you've thought about this, but because of all the changes we just talked about, the Luna's Howl is technically a better hand cannon than the Not Forgotten now, because the extra range on it doesn't make any difference, and you give up so many other handling and stability stats.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, but at least they have some place now, because it sucks for everyone who went to like 5,500 for a gun that didn't exist anymore. Now at least they're useful.
Yeah, now you just go to a 5,500 to get a downgrade on the weapon you already have.
Listen, it was about making my E penis easier, all right? I just needed the gun. I just needed it.
You know? It's a good gun to have.
So have you guys heard this story about this kid Jarvis?
Yeah.
Oh my God, a literal kid? Yeah.
Yeah. No, he really is
17.
Yeah, he's 17. So he's a pro Fortnite player. He's part of FaZe Clan, right? And he made a video because he thought it would be hilarious to make a video of him aimbotting and showing it off on YouTube, right? And it was like a big joke, right? And so Epic saw his video and banned him for life. Now, to give context, this kid was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month playing Fortnite. And
because
he's banned,
of how good he is.
Yeah, he's banned for life from the game. Not his account. Him, specifically. And it's pretty funny. But it's causing this uproar in the community and a lot of backlash. And it's weird because people are split on this. A lot of people fall on the side of... he was fucking cheating, so that's bullshit. Yeah, you should ban him. I'm pretty much on that side.
For life, dude.
I mean, yeah, aimbotting. Like I don't.
And when you're a professional,
listen. I'm sorry. For life, dude. No, absolutely not. He's 17.
Fair.
He wasn't aimbotting in a tournament.
True, it was like
it was for a dumb fucking YouTube video, and you should be.
I don't think the context matters. Like, I think if you see somebody aimbotting in a lobby, like they should have their fucking MAC address banned and then like have to buy a new computer if they want to.
That's radical and stupid, dude. You cannot.
That's the only way to stop people from cheating.
It's not.
The problem I have with it, like they wanted to ban him for this, but earlier this year they had a duo pair in a Fortnite tournament take and have their viewers join into the match and kill them on purpose to rank up and win money in a tournament, and they give them a 5 to 6 week ban, when that should also just, if they're going to be banning for aimbot,
I think that's less egregious, to be honest with you, than aimbotting. Like third party software should just be like an automatic. I don't know, like, and the other thing is, because he like made the video, like it's going to inspire other people to aimbot, so that's why they have to take this even more seriously than if he was just in a lobby offline somewhere.
They're using him as an example,
right?
But at the same time, he's a kid, and it's a bit harsh. But I can see the pickle they're in as far as making sure that this doesn't happen and continue, you know. But he's a kid. I mean,
I think
it's a weird situation.
It is, and I think this comes down to like just where all of us individually stand on like the criminal justice system in general. I think that you should always allow room for reform. You know, I think that like saying like one mistake and you're out for your entire life is just like really.
I don't think that this is like a synonymous situation. Like I don't find like like putting somebody in jail is not the same thing as saying you're not allowed to play a game for the rest of your life. Like that's a very different thing.
I mean, maybe it would have been a different thing like 5 years ago, but now we're talking about somebody's career.
Yeah, it literally takes his career away. Yeah.
Yeah, it literally like
Yeah, but that's a privilege versus like imprisoning somebody. Like no one's entitled to just, you know, just because he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars playing this game, that doesn't mean he's just entitled to that. You know
I understand, and I don't think that he's entitled to anything except for like a second chance. I this whole one strike you're out thing is like sounds pretty bullshit to me. Like I would get it like if they wanted to permanent ban his account and like maybe, you know, if like it's a repeat offense, like his MAC address or him personally gets banned from the game. But to take such serious action on him as like an entire person, I don't know, man.
Ninja kind of caused some controversy giving his take on this because he said basically, I mean, and I'm just going to paraphrase here, but I feel I'm not misrepresenting him. He said content creators should get special privileges and that because he brings fans in and viewers to the game that they shouldn't ban him. That's what he said.
Yeah,
I
don't agree with.
You would say that.
That's pretty ridiculous if you ask me.
Yeah, that one's not the greatest.
That's like
Where
my own
draw
ass.
the line at?
Yeah.
Like if someone just did their first stream of Fortnite and they convinced a friend to play, do you count them as a content creator or do you count them as not? Because the definition is really
right. That's a loose term, and then that turns into a Twitch situation where it's just like. You violate TOS, as long as you make enough money, you're good to go. You know, like
I've already proven that, though. Let's be real.
No, I know, but I mean that's what caused so much
in your cat's mouth.
Yeah,
all good with us.
Right,
you know?
People in a public bathroom
cool.
without permission. I mean, hey.
Oh,
yeah, man, you can throw your cat. Do whatever you want with your cat.
Yeah. So that's like kind of a weird situation, you know. Like I do take a hard stance on cheating, and like I kind of wish like Maple was here because I feel like he'd be able to articulate this point a lot better because he plays a lot of games where people cheat a lot more than Destiny. I know it's been getting worse in Destiny recently, but I just think taking a hard stance on it is the only way to really like flush it out and stop it from happening, to show you take it seriously. I think if you like were to give him a slap on the wrist for this, it would kind of show that Epic doesn't care that much, which is a problem. I don't know.
I can see both sides of it. I almost say like a 2-year ban would be a really good ban for someone 17 first offense doing that, something like that. But then second time be like, no, you're permaban. Just
that makes sense.
Out
2 years, something like that extreme. Like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 year, 1 year.
Yeah, Fortnite might not even be a game in 2 years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it could be lifetime ban.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you know.
I wonder if he's banned from all Epic games or like first party titles, or if it's just Fortnite. I know they don't have a lot of games.
I've read more than the headlines, honestly.
Yeah.
And I know FaZe Clan is like trying to appeal it and get them to reduce the sentence.
They probably will. I mean, he probably will get it reduced anyway, but like by then, no one's going to read into it, you know? So it just looks like Epic took a hard stance on cheating and like they come out on top anyway. That's a win-win for them, you know?
Honestly, he's like not playing the publicity very well. Like he could be using this. Like,
actually, he is. So he made an apology video where he cried and made $37,000 off it. So
okay, that's a good play for like the now,
right?
But he's had so many eyes on him these past few days, and now it's waning. And he really needed to take this like moment to like do that, but then also rebrand himself and like funnel all of this attention into like COD or something.
It's kind of funny
to do that.
Yes,
it's kind of funny because I'd never heard of this guy before this, so it actually was sort of a net positive for his brand, right? Like,
yeah, but are we going to carry
it towards another game?
Right.
No.
It's kind of like what Tfue did earlier this year, where he threw a big fit. He got a lot more publicity. He got a lot more views, and then he just went back to Fortnite and doing the same thing. Like he just kind of lost his footing and kind of fell to the wayside.
Yeah, but I mean that was I mean, that was a fit that needed to happen. I think that a lot of people have been signing healthier and more transparent esports contracts since that whole controversy.
Yeah.
I know for like a fact that 100 Thieves,
Yeah.
like one of the most ethical esports teams, like has been a lot more transparent with theirs, and did like a lot of reform after that controversy to just like kind of stay on top of things.
Okay.
And,
Speaking of which, I didn't realize this till the other day, but not only did Courage leave Twitch as a platform, but he left 100 Thieves too, right?
Did he?
no,
I
he's
didn't
still
think
in
he did.
100 Thieves.
Are you
Why would
sure?
he-
Because
why would he leave
his
100
Twitter
Thieves?
post said that I'm gonna have to. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
no, that was a bait. It's a bait.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
because he made a video.
Yeah,
it's
in his
clickbait
video,
for
it
the video.
has a 100 Thieves logo in it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, in the video, he like breaks up with Nade Shot. He's like, "Guys, I'm leaving."
yeah,
And
that's
it's
what
click-
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's clickbait because at the end of the video, he's like, "No, I'm not leaving 100 Thieves. I'm leaving Twitch." And they're
Man,
like,
that-
"Oh,
That's confusing.
yeah."
Okay, interesting. All right, so another thing I want to bring up back on the Destiny topic, a lot of people on Twitter right now are discussing the special ammo economy, and I kind of want to know where everybody stands. So,
I'm not bothered by it. It's fine where it's at
well,
currently.
whoa,
I-
whoa, let's set the, but like
Fuck
before
me,
we
I
just
guess.
start
Jesus,
throwing out it,
explain, dude. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like nobody knows what we're even talking about. So, like, a lot of people are frustrated with the special ammo economy apparently, and think that special should not be as abundant. And it seems like there's two sides of this argument. It's not just the whole community on one side. Personally, I never ever want to go back to a special ammo economy like Destiny 1 at the end of its life cycle again, where you have like almost no special ammo most of the game. I think that special ammo should be abundant. As a matter of fact, like I'd rather them be balanced around infinite ammo than have like the inconsistent experience of going for boxes or anything like that.
I mean, we could just go back to double primaries personally. Fuck it. Fuck special altogether. D2 vanilla was
What-
fantastic, dude.
I mean, D2 Vanilla was
Balanced.
definitely more competitive.
It was balanced, 100%.
Yeah, it was like it's as unfun as the game was because of content. Because there was no content.
Mhm.
It was the most balanced game that I've ever played in my entire life. And I like, especially after they fixed like some early glitches.
Did you never play
with-
Halo 2 or Halo 3? Because I would say that that's more
Okay,
balanced.
so Halo 3,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Halo 2, what the entire meta was built around glitches. I
That's
played
true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
I played a ton of Halo 2 and like, yeah, it was fun, but like none of what made that game competitive was intentional and it felt kind of scummy.
Yeah, but I mean,
Just to be like clawing and be like button combo, it
yeah,
felt like you were playing
BXR,
Street
BXB, yeah.
Fighter. Yeah.
It did. It became like an identity of the game. Like I almost worried that when Halo 3 came out and they fixed that stuff, that people were going to be too pissed about it. But it ended up working out okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree with you that the year one was more balanced. I just think that people did have less fun with it, and the time to kill was problematic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I personally never want to go back to D1 year 3. That was horrendous. It
Yeah.
killed fusions,
Yeah.
snipers, shotguns. It killed that whole meta and made it to where
Icebreaker, all Icebreaker and
Yeah.
sidearms. That was terrible.
Yeah, and then, was it-
Wormwood.
And everyone will be running around with a revoker. I promise you, if you change the ammo economy, that would be very,
Yeah.
very annoying.
Yeah,
And
Revoker is already annoying as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I-
like you when you see it, you're just like, man, that guy's never gonna kill me, but I'm gonna have to listen to him firing that weapon the whole game.
Honestly, I died at Revoker more than anything else because I never expect people to be so fucking cowardly that they're still going to be in their spawn, like with their back against a fence, like 2 or 3 minutes into a match. Like I never expect that someone is going to be like running bottom tree Night Stalker with Graviton forfeit, crouched like in the top of Widow's Court in the middle of the match. I never expect for people to be such small dick pieces of shit. But they are.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us how you really feel, dude. 'Cause I
So-
don't feel that was
One
enough.
thing I really like about Revolker is it taught me more about sniping to where I could leave it in my vault and use Beloved better because I could feel like I could
Beloved
be
is
more
100%
aggressive.
a better sniper.
Oh, it absolutely
Room to
is. But I wasn't a very good sniper
Well, and
on mouse
also,
and keyboard until then.
It does teach you how to snipe aggressively.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you are like, this is my thing. If you need Revoker right now with the ammo the way it is, you're doing it wrong. Like if you're running a scavenger perk, you should not be running out of ammo. Like you should be up in
No.
their face,
Yeah.
picking up the ammo off the fucking floor. It's not that big of a deal, you know, and you'll never run out as long as you stay alive.
Revoker just lets you sit back there by your fucking fence.
Pretty funny.
Ah!
I mean, yeah. The fuck is this episode?
So we haven't heard anything else about the one-eyed mask nerf. What do you guys think they're gonna do to it?
Delete it.
Yeah,
I would
right.
prefer that.
I mean, that's the
but
only good thing.
It's not happening.
So I think they're going to keep the overshields the same. I think they're going to remove or reduce tracking, or the foe tracer perk that is also applied. I think that they're going to reduce or remove that. Right?
I'd
hope
rather
so,
them
but I
go
doubt
the
it.
opposite way personally.
Yeah.
If they're gonna keep the overshield, then I think they have to put a cooldown on it because just being able to chain kills and like get more and more overshields is always gonna be busted, even if that was the only thing it did. And I kind of just feel like they should get away from overshield perks in the Crucible in general.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I have a friend who just started like playing the game like intensely. And I'm like teaching him the ropes, and he's like a really good PvP player.
Yeah.
But we're always playing in the Crucible, and he's like, "Dude, please explain this to me. Like, I'm not sure where these people are getting their overshields from."
Like they're picking it up off the ground or something.
Yeah. And like he's just constantly taken aback by like how many engagements he gets into with people who have overshields. And I guess we're like
Right.
numb to it at this point, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people with overshields.
So I didn't think about like I've been hearing the complaints about arc battery, and like I've been using it since this season started, and like my experience from the first hand has always been like, you know, I don't really understand the frustration. It's not really getting me kills. Like when the worm husk came out, you could roll behind cover, jump back out, and your health was full, like because they weren't expecting you to jump back out. With this, I get a small bump in health, and it's just enough to like escape most of the time. But what I didn't think about is I don't use shotguns. That is what's frustrating people, is you can just dodge towards them and use a shotgun, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
yeah.
That completely escaped me. I didn't think about that in the context of this meta, because using a hand cannon sniper, it's just enough to escape and get behind cover most of the time. Like you can't just roll in front of somebody with a hand cannon and win the gunfight. You're still gonna lose, you know.
Yep.
So
What's your
thing that
feelings
is-
on arc battery?
My main gripe with it is, you know, we all know this. I'm a controller player now because of reasons. And Hunter dodge
breaks the aim assist.
breaks aim assist.
Oh,
And
so
so-
let me ask, like, why does that matter then? You're not gonna land the shot while it's happening anyway, while they're dodging, even if they
Well-
had no damage resistance.
Even if they had no damage resistance, yeah. But like, it's always a bad idea to dodge in the middle of an engagement.
Yeah.
In without arc battery, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to deal with people dodging mid engagement. But myself as a controller player, like I go to shotgun someone.
Yeah.
If they dodge around me, I have no tracking to be able to like follow them.
But that'll happen regardless of arc battery or not. You'll have no tracking.
True,
Yeah.
but it doesn't happen because it's not a good play. You know what I mean? Like people don't
because
do
they're
it
used
with
to playing against M&K players. You're saying.
because they're used to playing against M&K players. Yeah.
Okay. So like my biggest thing with this is like what I've enjoyed about it has nothing to do with that kind of stuff at all. And what I've kind of enjoyed about it is the cool things you can do with the timing of it in terms of like, you're able to like, you come around a corner and you see this asshole with his handheld supernova charged up, and it's like, nope, I can time this perfectly so I can live through that. You know, like, I think a lot of that kind of stuff is pretty sweet, honestly. I'm not saying I want to see this stick around, but
yeah, I mean, you also don't want handheld supernova to stick around in the way it is.
I don't. I really don't.
No.
Yeah. But it's been interesting, like, a lot of the cheesy stuff I normally die to with, like, my reaction time, I'm able to actually make plays against it. So that's what I've found, like, kind of refreshing about this build. But again, I didn't think about a bunch of shotgun apes just rolling towards people. Like, that just sounds awful. So I totally get why this can't be around. Because, like, this whole time I've been thinking, for this build to work, you have to have Worm Husk, the Arc Battery, Bottom Tree, Arc Strider, and that's, like, a lot to spec into in comparison to the original Worm Husk. I think was stronger just by itself, like, without having to do any of that. So I've been like kind of confused why people have been complaining about it, but it makes a lot more sense in that context of shotguns.
Especially just being able to combine it with Worm Husk.
Yeah.
If you are running 10 recovery,
which
then,
I haven't tried yet. No, I have like 2 recovery. So
yeah, if you do run 10 recovery, by the end of your dodge, your health bar is basically 100%.
I wish, like, I don't have recovery gear, so I can't even test that out, but I'd love to see, like, a video on it. If anybody has a video on that, I'd love to see, like, the difference in when the health bar starts regenerating. Because for me, like, I have to run away for, like, 5 more seconds after dodging before my health even starts recovering.
Yeah.
So, did we miss any topics? Anything in the TWAB or anything like that?
No,
I think
you can get your Zanagis now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it?
Izanagi's quest is fixed. So, the most powerful weapon in the whole PvE sandbox, go get it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. That's the most powerful weapon in PvE right now.
Yeah, I like it a lot better than Mountaintop, that's for sure.
It's a lot more entertaining.
That was fun.
I remember when it was about to drop and we were all like worried about its PvP implications, and then it ended up being a steaming pile of garbage.
Dude, 4 shots. Okay. Have fun with your body shot, you know?
Yeah,
like,
right?
Can you imagine, like, how bad that weapon would be if, like, these people got their way with the special ammo changes? Like, hang on, in a half an hour, I'm going to have 4 shots, and I'll be able to body shot a Guardian out there. I think in Gambit, people are more frustrated with it because
It's
like
the
wall
new,
hacks
you
and
know,
stuff.
it's the new meta weapon. I mean,
But who plays Gambit? So no one really cares about
don't
that.
know anymore. I used to be pro Gambit. I can't be fucked. I just can't be bothered to play it.
I get my stuff every season and get out.
I don't know anybody at this point who's just like, yeah, I still love Gambit. It's great. Nobody.
It's a fun game mode when I play it, but I can't be bothered to play it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have a reason to play it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen them really put any time into it, and that's fine. Like, put your time into the Crucible. You just let that fade out into the distance.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be stoked if Gambit was one of the parts of the game that they were like, yeah, we're taking it out to make room for more stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know, man. We played Gambit during the raid, so I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, right? They put it in raid, so now we don't even need it anymore. It's
right.
True. They repurposed it. They can get out of it now. Get rid of it.
You know? I wonder if they like really considered like the ramifications of like motes of light dropping in the raid, or if they were just like, oh, this is something we have like the polygon for. Let's use that instead of drawing something else.
It was a useful thing that they could just repurpose.
So because now there's like lore implications to actual light dropping on the floor in the raid.
Eddie, you wanted to like give like a mid-season like kind of thoughts
No, I was just saying like it was something we could do. It's
Okay,
not something that.
Did you have anything that you wanted to bring up in that context at all?
Not
happy, not
personally.
happy.
I mean, I'm a little upset about the amount of pinnacle sources we have. I understand that they increased the bump of that they'll give you, but the fact that we have the raid, Nightfall, and the nightmare hunts for pinnacle sources, it's fucking boring. I want more to do. You know?
Okay.
I would like to have more chance to have a reason to keep playing. Like I enjoy playing.
More activities.
I play daily.
Yeah, I think everybody could
give me more of a reason to chase this power. If you're gonna give me 4 sources, I'm fucking bored. I'm bored. You know.
You know what I'd love to see?
What?
I would love to see pinnacle drops tied to triumphs. Like so that you're like working towards your like season title and like these big triumphs, like get this many kills with like this whatever in this playlist, like that being tied to your pinnacle drop. So it feels like you're working towards achievements and getting rewarded for it. And I think that would be like a cool crossover.
I think there needs to be more titles for Crucible in general.
Just having some sort of reward for the triumphs, even more than like a an emblem or something. Like I agree with Huffy, like that would be really nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to see more triumphs like and titles geared to the Crucible than just Unbroken. And please don't make them anything like that frickin' scout rifle quest, dude.
It'd be kind of cool if they had like a weapons mastery.
Have you finished it, Huffy? The Randys?
Oh no, I'll do it eventually.
I'm gonna tell you, I honestly think it was just as bad as the Mountaintop quest.
You can fuck off, sir.
I swear.
Momentum control apparently is the play.
Well, yeah, that makes it a lot. I didn't do it. I didn't do it with that though.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I did it before it came out.
Aren't you fucking special?
Yeah. This is just. I just have one complaint. I have to go teach this lesson, but I have one like general Destiny complaint that I need to make.
Yeah.
No legendary sparrow. Sorry, no exotic sparrow should be able to roll. You know what? How about no fucking legendary sparrow? No sparrow should be able to roll without summons faster, right? These ones that are like destabilized. Like you go into like whatever and you finally get this 6th sparrow and you're like, yeah, I got my favorite sparrow. And then it's like, use shift while airborne to release roll stabilizers and move to roll. And it's like, I'm not going to use this ever.
I mean, they have the speed.
It would also be,
but
it'd also be great if the console wasn't limiting us so much that we could have different speeds for the Sparrow, But it's console loading times that are making it so
it's adorable.
Has to be only that speed.
Which is straight from Bungie's mouth, by the way. Recked didn't just shitpost that.
No, yeah, that's 100%. I mean, and that's not just a Destiny problem. That's like a console problem in general. Next gen, that'll be something different when they have SSDs. But even Spider-Man developers said we had to slow down his web slinging because we couldn't load the next part of the town fast enough.
Dude, imagine if we had that game on PC, how fucking fast you could go as web slinging.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Spider-Man.
All right, guys, this has been episode 84, the first episode on Mixer. It's been the only Destiny podcast on Mixer, so you got to come here for all your Destiny news and discussion. We appreciate everybody being here. We'll be putting this out on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcast. Make sure you share it with your friends and your mom and your dog and all that stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Does Huffy have like a cool outro to do or anything? Here we go. He lost his. Up.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I see the problem is I'm wearing in-ear monitors right now. And I actually can't even hear what's coming out of this thing.
Awesome. It's also the only song he knows, guys. Professional musician, by the way.
It's the only song that this.
I mean, every song is Soul Man, so
it's this Puerto Rican little flute thing, and I have no idea how to play it. So, all right, bye guys, I love you.
Peace.
Bye.